So the first day I will never forget was the 13th of August in '61. I was only 10 years old, but the wall between East and West Germany and East and West Berlin was built. And even though I was just 10 years old, I was acutely aware of that our freedom was now totally curtailed. I had to basically live a double life, join the socialist youth organization, FDJ, Free German Youth Movement, as hundred thousands of other people my age. So even though I was just 10 years old, but my plan was born to leave, not to stay in this country, but I didn't know how to do it. So now we are getting to the second day in my life I will never forget, and that was a July day in '70. I had just turned 19 years old, and we were at the end of planning my escape from East Germany to freedom, to the West. My two French friends, they were going to all European countries where East met West, and we decided to try the escape route from Bulgaria to Turkey. It was one of the hardest days in my life to say goodbye to my parents, but I did it because I knew it was my only chance to escape from East Germany. I managed to get a visum for Bulgaria, which was also part of the Eastern Bloc. Took my first airplane flight and went to Bulgaria. And now I was sitting there at the airport waiting for those two French guys who were going to help me to escape in their car. And indeed, they showed up, waited about 10 miles before the border until it got dark. We opened the trunk of the car. It was a small car, a Peugeot 404, as you can see on the picture, which was taken 2 years later. I squeezed into the trunk of the car. My friends, they just wrapped a tarp around me, a blue tarp around me, and emptied all their suitcases, bags on top of me so that it looked like a big, big mess in the trunk of the car. And off we went. We were heading towards the border. So after that, I just assumed what was happening. So the car stopped after, to me, it seemed like an eternity. The trunk was opened up. I heard Bulgarian voices, and through the blue tarp, I saw the flashlight directed towards the trunk of the car. So they started to search the trunk, and I felt that one of the guys touched my ankle, my right ankle, and that's when I thought I'm going to have a heart attack. But the trunk was closed again. The car moved again, and after maybe 5 minutes, the car stopped for a third time, and this time it was my friends who opened up the trunk, and they had to drag me out of the car after being in the trunk for so long. My whole body had been falling asleep, and I could not move anything. And I will never ever forget, though, how happy I was that we made it. It was unbelievable. I never forget the sky, the openness of the scenery. And sometimes when I'm here in Arizona and I see the blue sky, or I'm hiking, I'm enjoying the openness, the landscape here, I think about the contrast of being in Germany, in East Germany, being like in prison, then even more so in the trunk of the car. So it all makes sense to me, and I'm grateful to be here.